If you're a rider, you know that sometimes having a passenger can be a challenge. Hi, it's Bud Wilkinson. Today it's a story about a rider from Torrington, Connecticut, who has a passenger who, when he gets on a bike, he really spreads his wings.
You ready? Are you excited?
It's a colorful sight that's not seen very often. A blue and gold macaw that rides a motorcycle. His name is Kaiba, and he rides pillion with his owner of 4 years, Thea Everest of Torrington, Connecticut.
I've been riding for 4 years, but when I first got him, he was terrified of everything. So he's only been riding me for about 2-3.
Like so many other motorcycle riders, the 12-year-old Macaw finds motorcycling to provide wind therapy. Beneficial, as he was the victim of abuse in his younger days.
When I got him, he couldn't fly. He actually couldn't fly at all. So his wings, I'm gonna lift up your wing. All of these feathers had been cut clean enough, like all the way down to where he still has feeling. He was completely shorn, pretty much. You know, he had almost no ability to fly. He would just drop to the ground. As his wings started, as he, started getting better with me, and his wings started coming in. So I started teaching him how to fly. And then I realized I know he would never be perfect because he was never taught as a baby. So I started taking him on my shoulder on the bike. Just my bicycle at first, my little pedal bike. And then we graduated to one of the other bikes. And he sits on the shoulder, tucks his wings a little bit. Oh, he seems to like it. I'm not gonna, he's not stressed ever with it, or I don't know. I just think birds are meant to fly, so why not?
Thanks to the love and patience of Everest, Kaiba's demeanor has changed dramatically. Fear and misery caused by the abuse have disappeared.
As far as I can tell, maybe he was hit, maybe he was kept in the dark, I don't know, but he had ripped out all his feathers on his chest when I first got him. As you can see here today, he's got most of his feathers all here and everything, but when I first got him, there was nothing. That was bare skin. And as he got happier with me, they started growing back in. He wasn't picking them out. Feather plucking is a sign of depression in birds. So, whatever he went through a lot.
Everest has some self-imposed rules when riding with the macaw.
Okay. Hi. Hi, baby. No highway, ever. I'd keep my speeds below 40. In the wild, birds fly anywhere from 10 to 50 miles an hour. So there's a big range that they fly at. So, but I just keep it 40 at the max.
For safety, Kaiba wears a harness that's tethered to Everest's belt.
Runs right across his chest. It runs under his wings and over his head. This runs through my shirt and onto my belt strap. So he stays secure if he needs to. If he gets panicky, I slow down, or at any point, he's uncomfortable, he's got to adjust, as everybody does on riding. And that's it. You want to have your harness, no fast speeds, no passengers when I'm with him, helmet open so he can see my face. And he doesn't like gloves, so I have open tip gloves so he can still see my hands.
Macaws are native to Central and South America, and they can make affectionate and loyal pets. Macaws are part of the parrot family. All macaws are parrots, but not all parrots are macaws. For riders who are used to taking a partner along on rides, Everest says Kaiba can be a typical passenger.
When he knows I'm going for a ride, he sees me putting on my helmet, oftentimes he gets upset because he knows that it means I'm leaving the house. So I started taking him with me, and once in a while, if I go out, he sees me taking the bike out, taking the covers off. He yells. He does this one yell, and it kind of sounds like, "Mom!" That's exactly how it sounds.
When people see Everest and her motorcycle riding macaw, they often have odd questions.
And unfortunately, they're not the smartest questions. My most common thing, even when I'm riding, whether I'm taking a walk with him at the grocery store or riding, is that a real bird? That's my most commonly asked question, and my first thing people say. When they're riding with him, they just kind of, they open their mouth in the awe expression. They don't really know what to say. They're like, how does he hold on? Does he just fly next to you? Like, that's another common one. Obviously not, you know, he sits on my shoulder.
More miraculous, though, than the fact that Kaiba rides is just how far he's recovered from the abuse of his earlier years.
3 years ago, you wouldn't have been able to touch him. You wouldn't have been able to get near him. I could barely put this on him, and now, as you see, he's a changed bird, and he's happy, and that's all that matters to me.
In Torrington, Connecticut, for Ride Connecticut, I'm Bud Wilkinson. If you enjoyed this story, please share it, and please subscribe to Ride Connecticut's YouTube channel. Can you do a high five? Yeah.